Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to take a look at some composing techniques that I use in the piece you just listened to, which is a prelude based on the melody Wie lieblich ist der Maien, How lovely is May. I will also explain how I use ideas from pieces by Bach in my own piece. Let's start with the most interesting section, with the pedal point in the soprano. So you have here G and B, then it stays the same, but the harmonies underneath it change. Like this, and like G and B, and then another harmony, until it ends on this huge chord that's probably not very Baroque. But anyway, let's listen to it. After that, I'll show you two organ pieces and one aria by Bach where he does something similar. The first example is from the fugue, from the A minor Prelude and Fugue by Bach. In this part we have the pedal point in the tonic, it's the note A, and it goes for a while like this, but the harmonies underneath change. And then there's a big cadence. Let's listen to it. The second example is from the trio Herr Jesu Christ, dich, wend. It's a Leipziger chorale. The pedal point in the upper voices is right here in the alto. And the other voices keep changing. And as you can see, this is a popular technique when right before a big cadence. So you have the pedal point, and then there's this very important begin of a new section. Let's listen to it. The third example is from the tenor aria from the cantata BWV 7, Christ unser Herr zum Jordan Komm. Pedal points in the upper voices occurred 3 times in the introduction. There is this very special moment where he uses a first degree in second inversion, but in major, in a minor context, which sounds really nice. The recording is by the ensemble of the Stiftsmusik Stuttgart. The conductor is K. Johansen. The recording is on YouTube. If I had to describe the affect of this progression, especially in the minor mode, I think it sounds like determination or like grit, I would say. And I think it just sounds really epic. As I was editing this video, I realized I forgot to include probably the best example of what I mean. It is from the last 2 variations of the Passacaglia in C minor. Here we have the pedal point in the upper voices, but like in my piece, in the first degree of the scale and in the third degree at the same time, as the bass keeps changing with the theme. Let's listen to it on a recording by Smits for the All of Bach. After the part with the pedal point in the upper voices, we have this. Which was inspired by the ending of the Dorian toccata by Bach, which we'll listen to. Let's listen to the recording by Leo van Doezelaar for the All of Bach, starting on this measure. As you can see, Bach went to the first degree when starting on the big pedal point at the end, then went to the fourth degree of the scale, which in D minor is G minor, and then to the first degree again, and he keeps doing that, and at the end there's a dominant chord, in this case diminished, and then he resolves. So I did similar to what he did. It starts on the tonic, and then the fourth degree, the tonic, and then there's a dominant chord before the end. Very common thing to do when you have the last pedal point in a piece, and then you keep alternating between these chords. Now let's take a look at the beginning of my prelude. It's a fugue exposition. The theme starts on D, then on G, then on D again, and then on G again, in long notes in the bass. Similarly, in Bach's Fantasia super Komm, heiliger Geist, which was an inspiration for this section, Bach's theme starts on C, then on F, then instead of going down he goes to F above the first C, and lastly the theme comes in the bass, in long notes in the low C. This is equivalent to the fast notes beforehand, because if you look closely, the top notes are the melody Komm, heiliger Geist. Da, dee, da, da, dee. And in the bass you have da, dee, da, da, dee. Let's listen to the beginning of the Fantasia on a performance by Robert McCormick, which is available on YouTube. So after the fugue exposition we have a little pedal solo, similar to the pedal solo in the A minor Prelude. Here we listen to a performance by Sebastian Heindl that's available on YouTube. It's a really creative performance with lots of manual and registration changes that is worth checking out. And also similar to what Bach did in his Prelude in G major BWV 550. By the way, he also has a pedal point in the upper voices. After that he goes into the pedal solo, which we will listen to on a performance by Matthias Havinger for the Netherlands Bach Society. After the pedal solo, he goes into this alternation between tonic and dominant, tonic, a bit of subdominant, and then a cadence to the tonic, and then he starts with a sequence, which I also did here. Tonic, dominant, and then the sequence. So let's listen to the performance by Matthias Havinger. Originally I had the sequence start right after the pedal solo, but in my opinion it doesn't really sound natural. I will delete these two measures so you can hear it. Then following Bach's example in his G major Prelude, with this alternating part, I did the same thing and then it sounded better. That's it for this week. I hope this was interesting and see you next time.